Every real cowboy like myself knows how lonely it is out on the open range, which is why I listen to the Cowboy Boys podcast. With best contractually obligated friends, Shayne Smith and Mac Arthur, the Cowboy Boys will comfort your soul better than any disease-ridden saloon gal ever could. Cowboy Boys.
Holy shit, that's absolutely fucking brutal. Can you imagine? Dude, people don't understand jokes, huh?
No one does.
Dude, it's wild.
That's why when you find someone who you are in love with, who gets your jokes, you gotta hold on to them forever. No matter what.
Dude, I fucking am losing my mind at that. Yeah, I was reading his reply. So for those of you that don't know, what we're laughing at is...
What you're laughing at.
I'm laughing at...
Nothing makes me laugh
Friend
anymore.
of the podcast, Diego Lopez, tweeted a very funny tweet where he was like, if my girlfriend cheated on me, I would simply take the guy out for a drink, learn from him, find out what makes him better. I simply can't stop being cheated on or something. And it's a very silly joke, with the punchline being his exes cheated on him and he can't stop getting cheated on. He's making light of a horrific situation. We both relate to this, unfortunately. It's funny. It's a funny joke. It went viral, and then people literally thought that he was being serious, that his real, true life opinion was, if I get cheated on, I got to take him out and figure out why I'm getting cheated on, which is the most, it's so, here's why
beta cuck.
Yeah, here's why it's funny to me, because Diego's the most, like, alpha, like, Hispanic man's man of all time.
Whoa. One, I am.
Okay. Oh, okay.
There's nothing more alpha than not giving a shit about your body and getting and getting fat.
Oh, are you alpha in the gym? I don't even care. I mean,
Yeah.
Listen, you've got us. I could try to debate that, but I kind of want to give it to you, just straight up.
Oh yeah, you're working out for yourself to get better. For what? I'm already here, baby.
Just eating zingers.
Yeah.
Ugh,
You don't like zingers.
they're gross.
So anyways, yeah, people don't get jokes.
So he tweeted that, and then there's literal, I've seen, this is not the first one, there's actual articles people are writing. By the way, Diego's a comic and a model. He's like signed a
Is he
model with an
actual
agency.
model?
Yeah, he is an agent. He's with an agency. He's done print work. So he's a model.
Do you think he gets calls and he's like, cool, someone's going to give me a show. And it's like, we just want to take pictures of you. Like, oh, man.
So but the people, there were like news, like, clickbait articles or whatever, like Gawker style, where it's like, model Diego Lopez says if he was cheated on, he would simply take the man out for drinks. And it's like, I can't, dude. Can you imagine how infuriating that would be? Oh, dude. I mean, I get mad at stuff that happens to me online, so I every once in a while, not all the time. I think I might laugh at this one if I was him. It's pretty brutal, though.
Woo!
Dude, I can only imagine how... I wonder how you would react.
For what?
If people were misconstruing what you said in a joke and then just bombarding you with, like... Because I've seen you get mad when you make a joke and then a history nerd comes in. Actually, in the 7th century,
I do get mad.
People's penises didn't fall off. You're like, that's not the joke, you fucking idiot.
When I'm clear, that's the thing. My jokes are, unless I'm intentionally trolling, and just saying stuff that I want, my jokes are pretty obviously jokes.
So Diego is in that situation, but actual magazines are like...
They're picking up his troll and taking it.
And they're not realizing they're taking him seriously. So I'm trying to imagine how you would retaliate, how you would handle it. I'm very curious. I think you might say something crazy.
I would, you know what? I would double down on it. And I would.
Yeah, I do. I do take the men who sleep with my girlfriend out for food.
Not only do I take that man out, I fuck him to learn his moves, and like
that's the way to do it,
you
right
try
there.
And you try and go even like see how far. See if you can swing like an interview. I don't know.
What I do is I have a mold made of his penis, and then I use his penis sheath and I put it over my penis so that I can fuck my girl the way she needs to be fucked. But that's just so infuriating. Like, I'm mad for him, so I can't imagine how he feels, dude. It's wild. Absolutely wild. I hate people.
I hate reporters.
Oh, yeah.
Not people. All reporters. We should. What? What is there any reputable news agencies anymore?
No.
Is it just all garbage
It's
now?
YouTube news. There's real YouTube news, and like that's it. Like all gas, no brakes is the closest thing we have to like real journalism.
Unbiased journalism
Jesus
is
Christ.
literally a guy holding a microphone in the streets, not just asking questions, not even leading questions.
Yeah, it's wild. I truly don't know. Like, yeah, the news is fuck the news people. They're all the worst.
Wait, we should start Cowboy Boy News.
Dude, should we?
And start reporting on things.
What's our first piece?
I don't know. Let me type in news into Google, and we'll
Okay.
report on something right now.
Hell yeah. I'm stoked for this. In the meantime, I'll report on the sticker on the back of your laptop that is John from Garfield fucking Garfield who has a pussy that's hairy and sucking on his titty too.
Yeah, Mario Paint Girl made this sticker. Shout out to Mario Paint Girl. Everyone should follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. This sticker is wild.
I guess we do talk about news. We talked about how Kim Jong-il is probably dying again.
Yeah,
for
we talk about news all the time. I mean,
another
we talk about
second.
world events, but they're like news stories.
What do you think about the post office getting shut down?
I actually am very annoyed by it. It's fucking wild
You
that
got
it's
all-
happening.
You got all those letters you got to mail?
Well, firstly, I actually have packages and stuff I want to sell, but also, I mean, you know, the president appointed a guy who owns millions of dollars in stock in the United States Post Office's rivals as the head of the post office, and then that guy then defunds the post office and it cripples their ability to do their jobs.
Someone should mail him a bomb.
Yeah.
Not the president, but the
But
guy.
not with USPS. They don't work. FedEx him a bomb.
What do you?
Just kidding, everyone. That's
do
not
you-
real.
What do you think? Which service would you? I definitely wouldn't trust DHL to deliver. But maybe because DHL sucks, they wouldn't like screen for bombs.
Here's my thing. Any package that's ever been sent for us from USPS makes it. UPS is the only one who accidentally delivers to the wrong address.
That's because
they use couriers and not actual mail people.
well, the mail people. So Queens has a very unique problem. For some reason, back in the day, they're like, what if these three streets next to each other were 30th Street, 30th Avenue, and 30th Lane? And everyone's like, okay, that won't make anything confusing in the future. So it's a grid system. We've received packages where it's like, I remember that time someone got a bunch of vegetables and it was going to rain.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to deliver this or your food's going to get all soggy. So I had to walk like 6 blocks away
Jesus.
to... because we're like on this 30th Street, and so they were like, "Oh, you want a 30th Lane?" And for some reason, that's 6 blocks over, and I had to walk over to their apartment thing, find the same apartment number in a building, and be like, "Hey, I got your package." And the person answered like, "Oh, thanks." And then like 2 weeks ago, someone buzzed in, and I was like, "Oh, what? I didn't order anything." It was like, "Yeah. I think it was something you ordered."
It was a dresser, a whole dresser.
Yeah, the guy he's like, this was somewhere else. They delivered it to us because I remember you for like 3 days. We're like, where's my fucking dresser?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? And then it was
Did someone steal my dresser? But the post office actually has a key to our front door, so they can leave shit. They've got it figured out. They've been here, but
they can do their job good. We should help them do their job.
I think I don't know. And then I think it was UPS. They buzzed in, and I went down there, and the guy was like, "I got some heavy packages for you." And I looked at the address, and I'm like, "Dog." He like lifted one over, and he's like, "I'm gonna go grab the other two." And I looked at the address because I was like, "Is this for me or for you?" And it was for the building next door. And I'm like, "Dude, this is not us. It's this building." And he looked angry at me that I was just like, "Really, man? You got to make me do my job?" Like,
yeah.
I don't want this shit,
dude. It's fucking wild. I can't believe
all mail. You know what? We should ban all mail. I'm with Trump. The post office should be abolished. UPS and FedEx should be illegal. DHS. If you want to give something, if you want to send something to someone, you should have to take it yourself or pay a bicycle courier.
What about, let's bring back the Pony Express only.
Pony Express would be cool.
You can only deliver but by horse. And that way he can only carry so much. And so every package is precious and he will not fuck up the address. Or she.
Yeah,
what about, though, the Pony Express only worked good because the Pony Express riders were often children.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they have to be light because they're riding the horses for long distances as fast as they can. So, and then they were like sending 15-year-old kids through like enemy Comanche territory to deliver some fucking rich guy's letters about how he wants to fuck his mistress or whatever. Just risking it all. Jesus Christ, what a bad job. Probably pretty exciting, though. Okay, what about this? We can deliver packages, but only via cannon. You just stuff them in a cannon Looney Tunes style and fire them out. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know. We just need to stop ordering Amazon bullshit.
Yeah. Or drones.
Or drones. Yeah, drone strike our packages.
Just fill the sky with fucking mail drones. Dude, I saw a guy walking. I went running this morning, and I saw a guy walking, and he was there was a robot following him.
Here?
Yeah.
What kind of robot? Like
I don't know. Like
the 6 wheels one that deliver food, or like the yellow DARPA bots?
It was. It looked like one of those things you stand on, like a hoverboard. But it had like a built-up thing and a big TV on it, and I think it was someone with him.
Yeah,
like,
those are the people, the surrogates.
Yeah. So it was like a robot. So he was walking in the park with this surrogate robot.
He's probably with his girlfriend.
But the TV wasn't high; it was really low. So I was like, "Is the camera? Are they like? Is their view super low to the ground?" But it was just it was with him. It was wild.
Have you never seen those before?
I've never seen one before.
Did you? You didn't see who was on the screen?
I didn't. I wanted to look, but I was like deep in my run and I couldn't fuck it up.
Would you date someone if you had your robot to hang out, go on walks in the park with them?
Dude, does the robot have like a fleshlight attached to it so I could fuck it too?
If you have a fleshlight and some duct tape, you could. Like, I don't know.
Dude, isn't that? I mean, that could be the future of long distance relationships. Is just literally both of you have like a little camera connector on your lapel, and both of you are like surrogate robots with each other all the time.
I'm anti that.
Yeah. I kind of am not into it too, but at the same time, as someone who's tried long distance, it sucks, and you do whatever you can get, you take.
No, just jack off on FaceTime like normal people.
I mean, I've done that a bunch.
Once you start putting robots in, what if you fall in love with the robot, not the person? See, that's the risk.
They show up, and you're just like,
okay, baby, but can the robot be in bed with us?
Yeah, you have a threesome with the robot.
But the robot also has your face, so it's not cheating.
The robot has your face. It's not cheating. Oh, man. Dude, imagine... Oh, do you think Whitney Cummings made her fiancé fuck the sex doll of her?
I forgot she had a sex doll.
Yeah, she had a sex doll made of her as like a joke, I think.
Did you know Adolf Hitler invented the sex doll?
Yeah?
If you Google who...
Dude, what didn't German scientists
invented the sex doll?
The Borghild Project? In report, he wrote, "The greatest danger in Paris is the widespread uncontrolled presence of whores. As a result, Hitler is said to have given approval to create a smaller-than-life doll, which has to be designed under the supervision of Adam Zimmerman at the German Hygiene Museum." That's fucking wild. Dude, French...
The Borghild Project.
French people go so hard that Hitler was like, these soldiers are all going to fuck and then die.
According to this is Wikipedia that you were reading from. According to Rudolf Chargenheimer, a psychiatrist involved with the project. This is the Borghild project. The doll was to have synthetic flesh that mirrored real flesh, and the body should be as flexible as a real human. After Hungarian actress Kathy von Nagy supposedly refused to model for the project, the doll was designed with blonde hair and blue eyes.
I want to see what she looks like. They look up that actress.
Oh, here she looks.
Let's see her. Oh, she should have. She's hot as fuck.
She was hot as fuck for 1940s.
Dude, 1940s girls always look so good. But I mean, of course, those photos are like, they take out any, blemishes or whatever. And they're very underexposed. But still, they were looking good.
So anyways, Nazis invented amphetamines. They invented sex dolls.
Dude, if they had can you imagine if the Nazis were like, instead of focusing on world domination, they had focused on they were just like, what about all this other stuff though? What if instead of building V2 rockets, the sex doll just had 2 rockets on her back and she just fucked you with the power of rockets?
What if instead of killing the Jews, we like drop all these sex dolls into these Jewish neighborhoods, and so the guys stop fucking their wives, and so they only fuck the dolls and don't have any more children, and then in a generation the Jews stop existing.
The final solution. But it's just fucking super hot sex dolls being air deployed with parachutes.
I had the idea for, instead of like America invading whatever Middle Eastern country.
Yeah.
All we need to do is fight a culture war and airdrop like PlayStations, Xboxes, porn.
We do that.
Do you do that?
They do that, yeah.
Well, we need to be doing more of it.
They drop porn for sure, I know.
Yeah, I know that, but I think that's where I got the idea. But it's like, we need more of that. So people, like, instead of, because that was back when I thought it was like death to America. Like,
yeah.
Now I'm woke and know that we deserve 9/11.
Yeah, we fucked up a little.
I think that was the Ron Paul. It's like, we shouldn't have been in the Middle East killing their people. Of course they want to kill us back. I'm like, makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. It does make sense. Though, here's the thing: it's those two those two problems meet in the middle. They really are the best scapegoat, the terrorists, because they really are up to like a lot of horrible shit. But like, so it's like, do we stop them? But like, also we're up to other bad stuff.
You're like those people where you see 2 crackheads in a relationship. You're like, they deserve each other.
Yeah.
They're 2 bad
like,
people.
Oh, we should stop them, but we should also not do what we were already doing. Also, Saudi Arabia is evil. Maybe we shouldn't help them.
What do you think it's like for the rest of the world looking at America? Because we're obviously the Florida of the world. Like how we look at Florida, we're like, what the fuck is going on down there?
yeah.
But imagine if Florida was like the Washington, D.C. and New York, like all rolled into one. Because I feel like Canada and Mexico have a lot to say about us, but don't.
Yeah,
But
they're
when we're not-
sketchy. But everyone else who's far enough away, they're like,
Yeah. I want to know what the world perspective of Americans are, because we definitely have way too much power. We're way too free. We're kind of running this shit when we shouldn't be.
I wonder what it's like to be in like the Netherlands or something and just be like, okay, so they run everything, but they also die when they ration their insulin. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
What are we doing?
Dude, we don't know.
Look, I'm saying it's just as crazy looking from the inside out right now. But I want to know what it's like looking from the outside in.
Dude, you know what's so funny?
We don't know what's going on either.
Dude, I almost went off on this fucking British idiot. Fucking British people, dude. Firstly, fuck the Queen. Secondly, this fucking idiots on Twitter.
We learned imperialism from British people.
Yeah. We learned by watching you, Dad. So this moron is on Twitter and he's tweeting, and some chick who I follow that has this like obsessive right wing bent. When it's like absurd, and you're like, what are you? dude, chill out.
Yeah.
But he tweeted like my grandpa was at an NHS hospital, which is the National Health Service. It's socialized medicine in England. He's in a health, and we told them do a screening for cancer, and they didn't, and now he has cancer and he's gonna die. Firstly, it sounds like the screening wouldn't have mattered because he's old and dying anyway. But listen, I'm not gonna defend the NHS. They made a mistake, and now his grandpa's stuck in the hospital and dying, right? And he's like, this is socialized medicine, a fucking nightmare. And all these Americans are in the replies, like these right-wing Americans that are like, yeah, this is the example. Socialized medicine is evil. And it took everything in me not to be like, dude, medical malpractice killed my aunt who had cancer, and then they charged her family so much that she lost her farm. Her husband had to move in with like other family members, and her disabled daughter had to become a ward of the state, and they have debt. So like,
see, but both of you guys are just cherry picking. Where me, I see everything, and I'm like, hey, all healthcare is fucked. When you're dead, when you gotta die, you gotta die.
What about no healthcare? Only the strong survive.
Honestly,
medicine women only.
Medicine women. Oh, you mean like witch doctors?
Yeah.
I was like, medicine for women only?
No.
I'd like to hear that plan.
No, like Dr. Quinn, medicine woman.
Oh, okay.
We shouldn't have doctors. We should only have medicine women and doulas.
Honestly,
if you break your leg, go to a doula.
What is a doula?
A doula is one of those stupid fucking not real jobs where they're like, I'm a birth coach. I'm going to help you. I'm going to keep you safe while you have a baby and all sort of stuff. And it's like, they're like, it's an ancient, beautiful practice.
Okay, but Shayne, there are some dummies out there who need birth coaches.
No. A birth coach, you mean the nurses and staff at a hospital?
What if you don't want to have a baby at a hospital?
Then you're fucking stupid and you deserve whatever happens to you.
No. When I am married, I want my wife to shit out a baby on the farm like God intended. I want the baby to fall into the dirt, get farm germs all over it.
Do you know what's so funny?
Have the cow come lick it, lick the placenta off of it.
This is
so it gets all like its immune system is just boosted.
So there was like an anti-vax movement of women being like, hey, when you have a baby at the hospital, it's so unhealthy for the baby, blah blah blah. And there are people that are like, what about when the death rate from births was like skyrocketed compared to modern medicine now? And they're like, that's not real, that's inflated numbers. So they're doing this, it's like what, an anti-vax thing. So then this lady who's in charge of this movement dies in childbirth at home because she didn't have a doctor there to help her, right? So everyone's like,
love to see it,
that's crazy. And they were like, this is a one-off thing, it happened, she would have died even if there was a doctor, blah 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 blah. And so the woman who was next in line was like also a famous, like, helps people with their births. Anyway, she also died of childbirth at home, and then everyone was like, all right, this is fucked, so let's stop doing this.
Did the baby survive?
No, babies both died.
Damn.
She and the babies, dude. Anyway, it can't be more poetic. It literally is when Herman Cain was tweeting that we ain't scared of no COVID. Let's all go to this Tulsa rally. And then he got COVID at the Tulsa rally and died. And everyone was like, well, there you go, bud.
Yeah, I'm pro.
Poetic.
Look, I'm pro. We should be so free that more people should be dying. That's the level of freedom I want to achieve.
I guess.
We're too safe in society. That's why peanut allergies exist, because we're too safe.
No, peanut allergies exist in other. That's another
100 years.
fallacy.
100 years ago, a peanut would have touched your kid and would have died, and no one would have like, oh, there's another dead kid. Time to have another one. I think that's what true traditionalism comes from, where you're like, yeah, I just want to bust inside of my wife because we have to have 10 kids because 8 of them are gonna die.
yeah. That is how it used to
8
go.
of them die before the age of 4. One of them eats a peanut and he swells up. Another one gets weird germs from.
Dude, I always love when people are like, society is soft. We didn't used to have peanut allergies. It's like, no, we did, but when your kid died of peanut allergies, the doctor just looked at you and said, the devil did this. And then you fucking win him out your life.
No, and I agree. If you have a peanut allergy, you should have died as a child. We are too soft as a nation. What do you think? How about those? Do you ever watch those terribly sad documentaries where it's like the kids who like can't go into sunlight because they're like allergic to the sun.
Yes,
And
yes.
it just burns them, and I'm like, no, don't bum me out with
They
that.
have vampire disease. I saw
Oh.
one where they had to throw sheets so that the little kids look like ghosts going class to class, and the classes had to like close their blinds.
And they have to like douse themselves in Vaseline every
Dude,
day.
Fucking, you know, in the scene from Blade where Steven Dorff is wearing like a gallon of sunblock and he has a motorcycle helmet on so that the sun doesn't kill him.
Dude, that's where
SPF 2000, baby.
Dude, that's where I'm really I flip flop a lot on it, but I'm like, if I had a kid and the doctor was just like, hey, he's gonna only have 4 fingers on each hand, I'm like, kill it, we'll try again.
Oh no. I will say that if it was like not late term and my wife or my whoever I got pregnant was okay with it, I would definitely not opt to have a kid that was going to have any kind of problems.
Any kind, because everyone's born with some problems.
Yeah. But like, listen, anyone that if I bust in you and you're
Wait.
pregnant, that baby has mental problems.
If the doctor could
100%.
tell how big your son's dick was gonna be, would you abort him if he had a, or like, what if they could tell you what your future height would be, and the doctor's like, hey, he's got a good girthy 7 inches, but he's gonna be 5'2".
Let it ride. Let it ride, baby. As
you-
long as he's got that thick dick, he'll be okay.
you think the dick is more important than the height
Dude,
in a male? I kind of agree.
in your ego, yeah. Dude, it like
All
as
right,
a
but the doctor's like, he's gonna have a small dick and he's also gonna be short. Would
oh
you
yeah,
abort
you gotta
that?
kill that, get him out
Oh,
of here.
man.
Don't listen. It's not that I think that if you are listening and you are a short guy with a small dick, you're a fucking you're an emperor, and I salute you.
Well, you know what?
But I'm just saying,
tough times make stronger people.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're probably a bad motherfucker, but
So we really
I'm
should
just-
abort anyone over 6 feet with big
Oh,
dicks,
dude.
because they have life on easy mode. They're not contributing anything. They're not growing. They're not. It's too easy for them. Life should be painful and hard.
It's true. But yeah, I wouldn't. I listen. I want only the best for whoever my progeny is, if they existed.
Your son won't be able to grow a beard.
Oh no!
His facial
it's
hair
me.
will
Are you-
be
why
spotty.
Are you describing me over and over again? Just small dick, no beard. I am 6'1" though, so it's kind of all right.
There you go. That's the. If you got to check enough boxes, you find something.
Fuck it, I'm fine. Oh my god, yeah. What if you could? No, never mind. Do you think humans would ever evolve to just not have foreskins? That's the future.
Why would they not evolve when the foreskin is superior? It makes sex easier.
Dude, when we had reptile skin, it was superior, but look at us now.
What do you mean reptile skin?
It's just like
Is
cool
this your-
scales,
right.
armor.
So
I'm just imagining.
whoa, I just want to say, you've talked about cutting off foreskins and reptiles on this podcast, where we
What?
have brought up Hitler, but earlier.
Yes.
You're just being really Jewy right now. And I'm like gonna lock my door tonight.
Oh, come on.
It's for my foreskin. I don't know what you're gonna do.
I'm not gonna steal it. I'm not gonna
What do they
blood
do?
libel your foreskin.
What do the Moyles do with the foreskin after they cut it off?
Dude, they spit it in the air like Stone
Those are
Cold
the-
Steve Austin when he drinks a beer, and then music dun 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 dun, and everyone cheers.
Really, what do they do?
I have fucking no idea. I think you just throw it away.
You just throw it in the. Hey, you got a garbage can?
I'm sure there's a weird Jewish mom out there who's like, please give me the foreskin.
Put it in a scrapbook.
I love my baby.
I think I've already said this on the podcast, but you know how people get like tattoos under the lip?
Yeah.
I want to get a tattoo under my foreskin.
Oh yeah, what was it gonna say?
I forgot. Cut here, like you know, how, you know the guys who have the cut here on their neck. Just
Just put your foreskin, like if it's
so I convert to Judaism, but I have the cut here tattoo on my dick.
Moyle rolls it back. Very funny. This guy, he gets it.
But then you can't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I could get buried in a Jewish cemetery because he cuts on the tattoo.
Yeah, he cuts it off.
Removes the tattoo. Can't.
That's also a myth that you can't get buried in a Jewish cemetery with tattoos.
Oh yeah, is it real? Is you were like when I was making the lizard skin things, you didn't bring up how that was a myth.
Well, listen, if we're gonna Jew it up, I'm gonna Jew it up, baby. I'm sure there are Orthodox communities that wouldn't have you if you had tattoos, just because they think that you're non-traditional, but it's not like an actual rule anywhere. That's just Orthodox That's just religious communities being shitty.
I think I want to get a tattoo still.
Yeah, you should.
I'm gonna. What? Should I still get my Far Side tattoo that I was talking about?
It's great. I'm gonna get it before you.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I will. What now? What are you gonna get? The Far Side Lady? What are you gonna get?
I'm thinking either the Far Side Lady or the Far Side Cow.
The cow is good. I saw a photo of the cow being abducted by a disc, by like a traditional UFO, and I was like, that's a pretty tight tattoo.
Do you think what do aliens have against cows?
Dude, they really fuck them up too.
Do you think they just like how they taste like we do?
Yeah. Sometimes don't they like just remove the asshole part of the cow, like a cylinder, like they just remove like all the insides?
No, they steal all their blood.
Oh yeah, cow
and then they
blood.
leave dried cows around, and then farmers are like, "Look." I remember as a kid, I was obsessed with not only crop circles and how they were made and how to fake crop circles, and,
yeah,
but also cow abductions and stuff. And it'd always be like, it'd always be some farmer who took like grainy shit. Remember 90s photos? Where
yeah.
It was like 200 pixels wide, and it'd just be some guy typing on the internet, and it'd be like, there were no incisions and there's no blood anywhere, and I'd be like, this is real,
dude.
I'm gonna believe this stranger on the internet.
I was reading about Skinwalker Ranch recently and all the like phenomena that happened with this Mormon family that like moved from Arizona to the ranch, and the other family was like, we got to get out of here. And then so this family buys the ranch for pennies on the dollar, and they're like, pretty weird that you guys just want to leave, but okay. And they show up and they start like ranching, and the first thing that happens is like a dire wolf shows up. It's like a fucking like 7 foot tall wolf.
Okay.
And it like it just like puts the head of a cow in its mouth, and then they're all sitting there and they're all terrified, like crying, like, oh my god, this huge creature. And then the dad just comes out of the house with a fucking rifle, and he goes, is this wolf from space? And then he just fucking shoots it like 9 times for no reason. Like his answer, I'm reading the story, and over the course of the story, they're like, the family was terrified. Anyway, so the dad starts shooting. Like the dad just keeps shooting at the aliens and the creatures over and over and over again over the course of the story.
Yeah, you should.
I know. It's like, why is no one else shooting? Like, shoot the aliens.
Did you ever? I think it's what I write at the beginning of Independence Day, the movie.
Yeah,
there's like news reports, or is it? Yeah, I think it's Independence Day where they're like, "Please do not shoot at the space saucer."
Yeah. You could accidentally trigger an interstellar war. Yeah, they're telling people in LA not to fire guns up at the spacecraft.
No, if you see an alien or any monster,
kill it immediately. Kill it.
If you see Bigfoot, shoot it. There's no proof.
Yeah, you gotta shoot Bigfoot.
What are you gonna capture it alive? Just kill it, and then if it's the last one, we'll be like, at least we proved he was alive.
Yeah, dude, I would rather know he was alive than know he's alive currently. You know what I'm talking about?
There's probably more big feats.
Yeah, there's gotta be. He's not the last one. Also, if he's the last Bigfoot, fuck him. Whatever.
Yeah,
what's he doing?
Anyways.
Yeah. Just shoot him. Shoot him in the face so hard. But anyway, Skinwalker Ranch was crazy. And I didn't know that there was like poltergeist stuff happening at Skinwalker Ranch.
Okay,
too.
wait. How much shit is happening at Skinwalker
Dude, there's
Ranch?
so much. So listen.
Look, all you need is one thing, and then people are going to show up. You can't have everything because then it becomes unbelievable. You're going to have ghosts and aliens and Bigfoot.
That's the problem with Skinwalker Ranch is that people are like, this is stupid. And then the family who's living there is just like, how do you think we feel? We live here.
Imagine Bigfoot strolling by and then an alien abducts him. And he's like, what the fuck?
No one is ever going to fucking believe this.
Or like,
oh my god, just hear this, honey, get the camera, and then you run off to get the camera, and you're just watching Bigfoot like, we got his ass. This is fucking crazy. And then it's like, and an alien ship just beams. Bigfoot's like, no, and and he beams up, and the ship just flies away, and you're like, fuck, dude, this was crazy. Dude, that's really what happened.
So the aliens took all the big feet.
Dude, so this family moves in. The first thing that happens, and I'm going to get all of this wrong, so just don't even quote me on any of it.
So wait, what is Skinwalker Ranch?
Skinwalker Ranch is like a cursed ranch. The Native Americans are like, yo, bro, this shit is fucking crazy. Don't go here. And so this family buys...
So it's a Native American ranch?
No, it's Native American land.
Okay,
like all
where's
land,
this?
but this is specific land.
Whoa.
This is in Utah.
Well, I'm going to get people are going to hate me for this opinion. So America stole all the land from the Indians, right?
Yes.
And the Indian...
I mean, technically.
Who did the Indians steal the land
Other
from?
Indians.
So
American
it's not
Indians.
their land. It's nobody's land. It's whoever wants it most.
You can't own land. Yes. I'm fucking...
I mean, you can, but...
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are a lot of people who are like, you stole the land from the Native Americans, and then they kind of erase the fact that Native Americans were a multicultural, warring society that existed before us and was not better than us or not or worse than us. They were fully realized people with dreams and ambitions and villains and heroes and genocide, and they were up to all the things we were up to.
You know what it's here's exactly what it's like. It's like how right-wing people are all in the fight together.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, those guys are racist and those guys are evil corporations, but I love Jesus and we're all going to team together and vote for this shitty guy and get it done. Where at the left is like all the Indian tribes who all believe their own specific things, but refuse to team up against the rights. They're too busy infighting.
And that's very real. And then some people
just to get a little
team up with the right to get other weird shit done. And you're like, don't team up with them. What are you doing?
And I'm France, just smoking,
dude,
smoking away.
So many horrors that Hitler's like, we got to do something about this. So anyway,
damn, I wish. How cool would it be if all the Indian tribes got together and declared war on America?
That would be fucking tight.
I fully support that idea.
Dude, firstly,
take over Oklahoma like you're kind of doing right now.
I would not fight back. I'd be like, you know what? Have whatever, I guess. Fuck it.
What is it, like what is it? Was it the Bundys that were like, we're gonna graze our cows on this land?
Yeah.
Or even in Seattle, those people that were like, we took over these 3 blocks.
Yeah.
If Native Americans are like, we're taking back this land, like, and just took over one state,
Well, they kind of tried that at Standing Rock, but then the National Guard shot them and ran them over and gassed them and then destroyed their earthworks and then built a pipeline.
You can't fuck with oil.
Dude, yeah. They'll send the National Guard.
That's where the CIA and the government really just the Indians should take over somewhere cool. How about downtown LA?
That would be tight. Here's the thing. You have to do it in such a public place that they can't ignore you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, downtown LA.
When it happened in Standing Rock, dude, that whole situation was so fucking crazy that I don't know how to describe how world-endingly wild that was for those Native Americans and all the people who volunteered to help. And the Army Corps of Engineers, which was the ones like trying to do that project, a bunch of them defected and went to prison for refusing to like fight the American Indians. No one talks about them. They ruined their lives. Like, dude, fuck the government for real. Obama and Biden. Remember when Obama and Biden did that shit?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, just fucking. But we're gonna vote for him. That's cool. Everybody.
Not me. I'm voting for Marianne Williamson. I'm not going to hell,
dude.
Fuck you guys. I vote with my conscience.
I'm doing. I genuinely don't.
I can't vote for a pedophile. Sorry.
I'm straight up to the point where I'm like, I think I opt out of the system. I think by voting, I'm encouraging the system, and I'm fucking out. As soon as people start getting into the street, when the Native Americans are like, we're taking over these 3 square blocks, I'm gonna be like, I think I'm with you guys. Like, can I please help? Like, I'll die in the shootout with you guys.
See, that's where I'm just as soon as cities start falling, my anarcho primitivism, I'm like, All right, I'm gonna go off and deep in the woods of Canada. See you guys.
See, I have those two halves of me. I have the anarcho-primitivist, and I have the communist that's like, yes, let's get rifles and fucking do this.
The communists love cities, and I'm like, man, I hate this shit.
I'm
I'm only here for the internet.
Oh man, dude, I fucking, the Native Americans probably did win a bunch of the Native American wars.
You know, the Native Americans invented the internet before we did.
Are you about to make a smoke signal thing?
Yeah. What do you think they were talking about? Smoke signals.
They didn't invent smoke signals.
Who
All cultures use smoke signals.
Okay, but they get credit for it. It's like how Al Gore didn't invent the internet, but he invented it. He said he did first, so he gets credit. Whoever says they did it first gets the credit.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of
how much information could you send over smoke signals?
It's Morse code, as much as you need.
Damn. Imagine imagine sexting someone like, hey, put Brittany on the phone or on the fire.
I gotta build it. Hold on.
Guess, do two people have to do the smoke signals?
No, you can do it by yourself.
And so
you just burn something that creates smoke, and you use a blanket to.
Imagine seeing two people sexting, but you're like off on the third, like you're like, oh my god,
dude, that's porn. It's hot. This is a bunch of Native Americans on a hill beating off to smoke signals.
To do smoke signals, messaging each other.
Oh shit, this chick's a fucking slut.
How long does it take to send a message?
A long time.
It's Morse code.
You technically can do Morse code with it, but I think most of them do specific signals that mean specific things. Kind of like the way people communicate during war back in the day with flags.
Or
very simple messages.
Or like beepers.
Yeah. Or just a signal, like, hey, when you see the smoke signal, then we attack.
That's when the hot babes are coming.
Yeah. So maybe there's a smoke signal. If you see the smoke signal, I'm hard. Send a smoke signal back if you're wet. And then she smoke signals him back, and he's like, fuck yeah. Oh, God. She's wet right now, you guys. Everyone's high-fiving. Yes. Fuck yes. I'm trying to think of. I think the Apache beat the entire Mexican government. I think the Comanche beat Texas. I'm trying to think of the Seminoles beat the United States. Andrew Jackson, no less.
So, anyways, Native Americans, Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah. So I just wanted to. I was going to go on a tangent about how Native Americans fuck hard and are awesome, and it is a bummer that they lost the Native American War so hard. But Skinwalker Ranch, first monsters showed up. And the family was like, we got fucking monsters here? And they
just
were like...
general monsters?
Well, just like the dire wolf. Like super monsters, like giant wolves and shit. They were just like, what is happening?
What year is this?
This is like 1970 or 80 or some shit. Like recent. So then the dad is just like shooting all the monsters. And the family's like, maybe don't shoot the monsters. You're not killing them. And he's like, nah, fuck it. I shoot them. This has really happened. So when the first... I mean, I say really, but this is their account of things. So when that wolf showed up, the first big one, the family was just like, oh my god, a giant wolf. And the dad pulled out a pistol and was just like, break yourself, fool. And he unloaded the clip into the wolf, or the magazine, and then the wolf was like, I don't care, I'm gonna eat your cow now. And the dad was like, fuck it, son, go into the house. And he sent his son to go get his 30-06, and then he shot the wolf with his rifle. But he just chilled with the wolf till his son got back. Wolf, only after getting shot like 5 times with a 30-06, the wolf was like, wow, you're a real dickhead. And then the wolf bailed.
So this is just a story that they said happened.
Yeah, and it's corroborated. So then more stuff happened that was corroborated by like
the
investigators, other families, people who'd been on the ranch said they saw the super wolves. So it's
just big wolves.
No. It's about to get more rich. So then the super wolf leaves, and they're like, okay, super wolf done. But then there's like giant monsters in the forest, like running around like black figures, and they can't figure out what's going on, and they're like stealing livestock. And they're like, fuck. So then they're like, okay, so we got monsters up in this bitch. So now everyone's like strapped. Everyone's got guns. They're not going out at night. By the way, there's an old man in the family who keeps going on walks at night and getting attacked by monsters that scare him.
Wait, how many times do you go for walks and get attacked by monsters?
He's like, I like my walk. I like night walks. He refuses to not. Like the town is like, dude, old man Jenkins, stop going on walks. There's monsters. And he's like, nah, man.
See, I don't believe any of this.
So the family goes back. So they're dealing with the monsters. Then at this point, paranormal shit starts happening. in the house. So they're like, we got ghosts and fucking monsters up in this bitch. Oh my God. So then the mom is just like, yeah, sometimes like the dishes float or like weird paranormal shit happens. And then they're just like, oh my God, we got ghosts. We got monsters.
You know what it sounds like? There were probably like mushrooms in that they were eating. That was getting like that looked like normal mushrooms that they were mixing into the food, and they were all tripping balls. And so they're like, "Oh, monster attack! Oh, there's space aliens!"
And people came to investigate and saw stuff, though.
Yeah,
and then the townspeople were also seeing stuff.
There's probably something in the water.
Dude,
there's probably something
so
that they're off because people come.
People have experiences that just visit and don't do anything and then leave.
Yeah, they don't breathe the air or the mushroom spores.
I mean, there's that. There's the mushroom spore.
I'm saying. There's probably something around that. There's probably like buried nuclear waste from an ancient civilization that is infecting their brains, making people go crazy.
So,
but aliens.
This is the
monsters.
So we got
that's
monsters.
Too far fetched.
We got monsters. Then we got ghosts. Dude, at this point, the family's just like, "Are you?" Because the mom and the dad are hiding the ghosts from each other because they don't want the other one to think that they're being dramatic because they already got a monster situation. Eventually, the dad is like, "Hey." Fucking, are you noticing like the fucking ghost activity? And the mom is like, gee, I am though. So
you know what it is? It's probably a gas leak.
Dude, that's what I'm black mold. Like,
yeah,
they got a problem. So then they're like, we got ghosts and monsters.
That was a Reddit post. Did you ever hear about that?
No.
There was some guy who was like freaking out because stuff in his house was moving. Like there's weird post-it notes showing up. Like, and he lives alone, and like. Stuff was just really fucking with him. And he's like, I don't know, I'm going to set up a camera. I haven't been able to spot anything. And someone was like, hey, it sounds like you have a gas, like a carbon monoxide leak in your house. And he got his carbon monoxide leak checked. It was like, what, his heater or whatever it comes from, checked the very next day. And it's like, oh, yeah, I had that. I was going to die in like a day or two.
Oh, no.
and that's why he was losing his mind and going crazy. Is because there was like a gas leak in his house.
That's fucking wild.
So get your... this is my PSA. Check the battery in your fire fire alarms. Make sure you got a carbon monoxide detector. Check all your stuff. Clear your dryer vent or your dryer.
Well, these people are living in like an old school like ranch house, so
yeah,
I don't even know that they have gas.
Black mold back then.
Sure. But they're doing this is also the ultimate white people in a horror movie where they literally are like, hey, remember when we saw an actual real monster and you shot it and it didn't die and then now there's ghosts? Anyway, we paid too much for this place. We ain't leaving. Yeah. So there's monsters, there's ghosts, and then the family is like, one day the dad is like outside and he's doing something like, fucking monsters. I'll kill all he has his gun, and then he looks up and he sees a light. And it's like floating, like, and it shows up and it like does something. And he said he was like filled with like a dread that was so complete that like he froze. And then the alien was like beaming lights down and looking for shit. And he was like, what the fuck? And then it just went and zoomed away.
If you were camping, would you rather run into chupacabras, Bigfoots, vampires, mummy, or aliens? What would be the worst?
Aliens.
You think aliens?
Oh, the worst?
Yeah.
Vampires.
I think aliens would probably be the worst.
No. Because aliens we don't know what they're up to. They could be up to anything. Vampires only want one thing from you, dude. They're going to suck your fucking blood.
Yeah, but I could fight a vampire.
They're super strong.
No, I have a cross.
No, you don't.
You don't know that.
Where do you keep it? Is it an anti-vampire cross?
It's an you touching my foreskin cross.
If I pull your foreskin back and there's just a little tiny cross in there, a silver cross. No. The fucking.
Is there anything is there anything supernatural that is useful for killing Jews?
Dude, back in the day, they used to make like tonics and stuff that they thought would burn our skin. It's so cool to imagine like some guy who's like, "Here's my anti-Jew kit. I've got some water. Jews hate this water."
Yeah, I love every culture's supernatural shit.
Dude, they're so wild. You really think alien? Why are you the most scared of aliens?
Because alien, like, look, a Bigfoot, it's big. It's an ape.
He's going to take
You know what it is? All the monsters have rules,
No, they don't. Bigfoot has no rules.
And no, I mean that. Like, I understand how they work. Aliens are so like. That's why you're afraid of the ocean. You don't know what's there.
Yes.
Aliens.
True.
Who says aliens even like are even physical?
Yeah. Dude, that's so funny you say that. I was literally gonna say, how do you know that they even have corporeal bodies? Here's the thing, I've read so much about aliens and gone so deep down the like what are aliens up to rabbit hole that I feel like I have a handle on it. I would be like, look, yeah, I'm here to talk. Like, let's figure this out.
No, aliens would mess you up worse than anything.
They might, but at least here's the thing. I don't know. I guess it could backfire if aliens are like, we're going to run experiments on you for months while you're still alive. But like, dude, Bigfoot's just going to... You saw what Harambe when he grabbed onto that little kid's leg and just like took him?
Yeah, but I mean...
That's what Bigfoot would do to you.
My mind can comprehend that.
Dude,
I'm okay with getting torn in half. Like my brain... Like, that's just like, oh, no, I'm going to die now. Aliens, they will put you in a mind prison for, like, 10,000 years in the space of, like, 30 seconds.
Why is your version of aliens mind prison aliens?
Because
why do they want you in mind
prison? They're
prison?
poking and prodding you. They're doing all kinds of weird experiments. They're just fucking with you. You know how humans, like, will find an ant colony and we're like, let's just burn them. And you don't even... Aliens don't even feel like... It's not like they're not being evil. They just don't feel anything towards us because they're so advanced. They're so godlike. They're like, let's just hold up a magnifying glass and see what they do. It's like pouring salt on slugs. They're like, look, if we run the gamma rays, they feel pain. And so you feel like 10,000 years of pain.
Do you know what's going on here?
What?
This is you projecting what you have apparently done to... What? How many small animals were around you when you were a kid, and are they okay?
I poured salt on slugs.
Oh,
like,
so that's so fucked up. Even that is fucked up.
I never shot anything like with an air gun or anything.
Yeah, that's. I feel like
I'm
you
not projecting.
have this complex because
I'm not projecting.
Mm-hmm.
You've killed way more animals than me.
Yes, definitely. But I killed the animals.
See, that's why you're like
in a different way.
I could kill Bigfoot. I would fight him with a gun.
No, Bigfoot. No, I don't want to run into Bigfoot because he would kill me.
Yeah,
dude,
for all
Bigfoot
the things
would
you did.
Take my cheeks.
Bigfoot. He would smell all the animal blood on you, and he would see me, and he would see my soul and my aura, and know that I'm a friend to the animals.
He would just see you and be like, half Bigfoot, half man, and you'd be like, yes, big head. I understand. You're like, yes.
I would hold up. I would wave at him, and he'd wave back, and we'd like salute each other, and we'd go our separate ways.
Bigfoot does the Nazi salute. You're like, the whole time, Bigfoot?
Dude, what if
motherfucker?
What if Bigfoot is a Nazi?
That's why he's hiding. It's not a good political time for him.
Yeah. Bigfoot's down in Argentina.
You're just hanging out. You find Bigfoot. Bigfoot, why didn't you ever show yourself? Well, Bigfoot has opinions that libtards do not agree with. Whoa. Bigfoot does not believe in a woman's right to choose. This right-wing Bigfoot is killing me right now.
We haven't discussed the political leanings of monsters.
We haven't. Well, vampires are definitely, dude, get me too'd first thing.
Vampires are, I think, more right-wing.
Yeah, absolutely. They're up to shit. If she did not want me to do that to her, why did she dress like this?
I think
I don't know why. It's a French vampire. I can't do accents. We both know.
I think I don't know. I have nothing to back this up, but I think Swamp Monster and the Mummy are both left-leaning.
Yeah, mummies maybe.
I think Bigfoot.
Mummies are the only POC monster.
Why? Because
they're from Egypt.
I guess yeah. You could have a Blackula.
You could have a Blackula, but like not really. But mummies are so old that they would. Well, no, I guess they would have been lighter skinned.
Is Jesus a cryptid?
That's a really good question.
Is he like some kind of monster?
There is no definitive proof that he lived.
He has supernatural powers, right?
Yes.
So,
and he's Jewish.
Are there? Because you're saying
he could be a cryptid. That's like that's one more tick in the cryptid camp.
How far removed from humans and animals do you have to be? Like, what makes you a supernatural monster?
No, Jesus would have been a supernatural monster just because he has good powers.
Just because he uses his powers for good.
Dude, and that we know of. What if he there was a guy who was blind and Jesus put his hands on his head and Jesus goes, "My son, open your eyes." And the guy opened them and the light slowly flooding into his eyes and he's like, "Oh my God, I can see. And then he looks over and Jesus is just jacking off in front of him, Louis C.K.ing him.
But you wouldn't
gave him eyesight only so that Jesus could Louis C.K. him. And the guy's like, "No!"
But if someone restored your vision, would you say that about him?
You would probably keep it to yourself.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be.
Because you would be like,
or even if you told people, people would be like, "You're making that up. Jesus is a great guy." How many people do you think Jesus? How many women do you think Jesus did weird stuff to that no one we can't talk about it because it would ruin the image? It was an open secret back then.
Well, there's also if Jesus gave you eyesight and then he used that eyesight only to sex crime you, you'd go and your friends would be like, "Oh my God, David, you can fucking see." And you'd be like, "Hell yeah." And they're like, "How did it happen?" And he'd be like, "Oh no, not on some gay shit though." You'd be all self-conscious.
Wouldn't talk about it.
Dude, don't ask. Listen, I can see and that's all that matters right now, all right?
Nothing weird happened.
No Jews beaten off, that's for sure.
I think Jesus was up to some weird Me Too stuff because no one ever talks about the women in Jesus' life.
That big gap.
There is a big gap that they erased from history.
13 to 30 or whatever. What's he up to in that time?
And that's why everyone's just like, he died at 33.
This girl's just drinking and she's like, "This water just makes me feel so funny."
Oh my God.
He's turning it into wine as it's going down her throat, getting her drunk. Dude, Jesus is a fucking scumbag, dude.
Damn. Think you know the Son of
I
God.
love the idea of Jesus healing a blind guy to Louis C.K. him. So funny. What other cryptids are up to? Chupacabras, they're just kind of animals. They don't really...
Yeah, there's a lot of animal cryptids.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people cryptids. What about I guess the Jersey Devil?
Definitely right wing.
Yeah. He's in the Jersey countryside. There's no way. Just the fucking Batman lands on the front of your truck. COVID isn't real, and just flies away. Whoa,
now,
what the fuck?
Bigfoot would be an anarcho-primitivist because he's obviously in the woods.
Dude, Bigfoot said eco-terrorist.
You think?
Bigfoot is an eco-terrorist, 100%.
You think he's out there up to shit, mailing bombs?
Just trying to figure out how to make a bomb out of acorns and sticks. Fuck, I want to take down the establishment, but I don't know how with this. Just
dude, Bigfoot could be real and he's just in some government lab sitting around. They just got him locked away.
Dude, every night Shaquille O'Neal goes home, peels off his bald cap.
Do you think Shaquille wait. Do you think Shaquille O'Neal's a cryptid?
Yes.
Because he's
How is he good at basketball and look like that?
He's tall.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, what do you mean look like that?
I don't know. He's a handsome guy. I don't mean it like that.
You don't mean it
I don't mean it weird. I just mean
what do you
he's
mean
fucking
weird?
Huge.
All right.
I do love the idea of Bigfoot coming into a human society and the government's like, "We'll hide him in plain sight." And then the president's like, "Where?" And he goes, "The NBA."
They have to shave.
Dun, 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 dun. Hey! Dun, 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 dun. And it's just Shaquille O'Neal. It's Bigfoot with a bald cap.
Do you ever... I think Men in Black did it. Dennis Rodman is an alien.
That's a good one, too.
Also, Michael Jackson was an alien in that movie, I think.
By the way, I just realized that there's maybe a racial component to what I just said. That's not how I meant it. Fuck off with that if you're thinking it.
No, that's what I was like. You were like, I'm like, what are you saying about Shaq?
Bigfoot's a and it was not that parallel is not there. Okay, I'm so unracist that I did a racism. My bad, everybody. I fucking spaced it for a second there. I do see how what I said was the incorrect thing to say. I should have gone with who's the tall Asian player.
Yeah.
Be
racist in a different direction.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not going to. No, what the fuck, Shane? No, never.
Yao Ming speaks normal, I'm pretty sure. You're doing the Brendan Schaub, where
yeah.
he's for those of you who don't know, Brendan Schaub has that comedy special where he's dude, it's the worst. He's talking about a doctor in the UFC, and the doctor's Asian, and so Brendan Schaub's impersonation of him is like, "Oh, so sorry, your face be punchy," like just the worst Asian accent.
It's so bad,
and
it's like if I did it.
Well, I don't know. It's like
even worse, maybe.
And so then you look up the doctor, and the doctor speaks better English than like both of us combined.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
He's a fucking
just like, dude, how are you gonna shit talk? Firstly, a guy who's doing better than you in life.
So,
secondly, in a full-on naturalized American citizen, like he's not in any
was he
way.
naturalized, or was he just born?
He has no accent.
Yeah. Wait, what is natural? Born here or?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I thought
I might have misused that term.
I thought he was just born here.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He's just a doctor, an American doctor who is Asian American.
Look, had he made fun of someone who actually sounds like that, he would have been fine with me.
By the way, I was not going to do that. I was going to do Asian Bigfoot and big.
So Yeti?
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, I guess. Well, he was just like, no pictures, please, but he was going to say it in an Asian accent. And then I was like, no, don't do that.
No, because Asian people love pictures.
It's true.
My
bit wouldn't have worked anyway.
Logistically, it doesn't make sense.
I know. I can do a vampire accent. I can do Australian.
There's no Asian vampires. What's up with that?
Oh, what the fuck? That's a really good point.
You know what?
An Asian vampire.
We haven't talked about how all the Japanese monsters are pretty cool. There's that turtle with like the water in his head, and you gotta like convince him to bow because then the water falls out and he can't move. He freezes.
Oh yeah.
There's like the giant skeleton that comes and terrorizes you.
Oh, what the fuck's that? Oh, it's a skeleton.
Yeah,
that's not a cryptid. It's a skeleton.
He just haunts you.
He just haunts you, dude. The girl from The Ring, is she a cryptid? Yeah. I think she's in popular Japanese lore.
Damn, I wish my laptop wasn't dead.
Well, anyway, hey everyone, we have a Patreon. Patreon.com.
This is the Patreon.
No, this is so too good. This one is the real one. Patreon.com. I'm not kidding. /Cowboy Boys. Go listen to the other Patreon episode.
So wait, you want this one to be?
Yeah, this is the real episode.
The normal? What do you mean real? They're both real.
No, this one's the normal. The other one's the Patreon.
Okay.
Trust me, please let me have this one.
Sure, I don't care.
Also, if you want to hear the Patreon episode, when you hear it, keep in mind that Mac had literally woke me up by putting a microphone in my hand and telling me I had to podcast. Which is my fault, not Mac's fault. But anyway, patreon.com/Cowboy Boys. We put out an extra episode every week. For $5, you can have one extra episode a week and support us. Otherwise, the podcast makes us no money and we're just doing it for fun, which is fine. But like, we would like to do more, and I don't know. Anyway, twitch.tv/Shaydozer. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Pretty exciting times because of COVID and whatever. So, yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a good stream. I have a pretty cool group of people that hang out there. You should come hang out there, too. Also, Mac streams sometimes, but it's a fever. Are you laughing thinking of your stream?
No, I'm trying to, like, in my head, do an Asian vampire. in a very racist way, where he's like, I want to.
You can't even do it.
It's hard. No, it's hard to do Romanian and Asian at the same time.
I want everyone to remember that Mac is a person of color. I have nothing to do with this.
Try and do it,
dude. Having a Shayne do an Asian accent on a podcast.
I want to suck your blood.
I'm going to lose my job at SNL. I never had. Dude, I've been turned down by SNL 2 times. This will be the 3rd and final time. All right.
I'm gonna write that down, and when I get my SNL writing job, I'm like, all right, Lorne Michaels, hear me out. Asian Dracula. What's the joke? I haven't thought that far. I just think that it'll sound funny.
He grabbed your
I'm
neck.
just being racist.
Yeah, dude, it's just straight up racist. Oh man! All right, everyone.
No, my mind can't comprehend what it would sound like.
I can't either, dude. I literally am trying and I can't. Everyone, DM us your best impression. We won't show anyone. Oh man. So yeah, rate us on iTunes. We appreciate you so much. We love you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Mac, any closing remarks, statements?
No, I'm too focused on that
Dude,
idea.
you are. All right, everyone. Ye fucking haw.
Roping cows and branding calves, riding buck and bronc.